Like I call this meeting of the Amateur Detective Club to order, man. Scooby Doo.
Oh, you're just Scooby Doo. You're not even.
No, he's
yourself.
doing Shaggy. It wasn't me, you know.
Well, a rough to my left, a rough to my right.
Ruh-roh.
It's Tyler Riley, Captain A-Cab.
Jinkies. It's Melissa Meli.
All right, I should.
I don't know.
I mean, that was good. I should introduce myself. My name is Tristan Miller, and I am known colloquially on this podcast as the Saucy Sleuth.
Sure.
Today we're talking about the 2002 film Scooby Doo.
Starring Broadway's own Pamela Anderson and others.
Yep. As she is known.
I did not know that. Is she currently on Broadway? Or has
Not
she...
currently.
Okay.
But she was... I got to see her do Roxy Hart in the musical Chicago.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Was this around the time of the Naked Gun movie coming out last year, or was this a while ago?
No, not like a while ago, but it was unrelated to that press tour. I think maybe it was Chicago, Last Showgirl, Naked Gun.
I do want to posit that all of the Naked Gun movies are technically mysteries and may be worth pursuing for this podcast.
I don't think I've seen a single one of them.
Oh, Melissa.
I don't know, but maybe it's not a no.
Okay, it's a we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Oh gosh, I had so many questions because of the cast of this movie about timeline, and then I went back and looked at what the timeline was. Mm-hmm. So this stars Matthew Lillard of Scream as Shaggy. I cannot think of a better person they could have picked to play Shaggy.
I believe he now just does the voice as well for the cartoons, because
he did for a while. No longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
My goodness. Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne. Linda Cardellini as Velma. Isla Fisher as Mary Jane. For the longest time, I could not figure out who it was, and then it came upon me in like a bolt. And then, of course, younger Rowan Atkinson is the proprietor of this island.
I love younger Rowan Atkinson.
Because it's not the youngest he's appeared on screen by any measure. He's 45, 50 in this film. He just isn't old.
Yeah,
but he was
I don't know.
20-something in Mr. B.
I feel like that man always looks the same age, and in this one, I noticed that he was 20 years younger.
Oh, that's so funny. Can I tell you what I think it might be? They've let him grow out his hair for this role.
Yeah, it's curly.
Yeah, whereas he's always got that short haircut.
I think that's it.
We're talking briefly about the cat. Go ahead.
Yes. It made me really... Because you know that Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. are married.
I think I knew that, but I'd forgotten.
Okay, yes.
It reminded me.
And they were also in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
So I'm like, did they
also
meet?
Also a mystery.
Which is honestly so good.
Never seen it.
It's a fun one. It is a horror, slasher kind of deal.
Oh, for sure.
But
if we do cover that and Scream, we also must cover the first Scary Movie then.
Okay, fair enough. But Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar, I was like, did they meet on the set of I Know What You Did Last Summer, or did they meet on the set of Scooby Doo? So I had to look it up. They met on the set of I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was, and I also had to look up when was Buffy, and in watching the movie, there were reasons why I'm like, Buffy definitely started before Scooby Doo came out.
100%.
Which I will bring up later. But yes, and I'm like, is this post-Scream for Matthew Lillard? Yes, it's also post-Scream. Yeah. So this was later than most of these significant pieces of pop culture.
And I think what's so fun about this, I want to just say in general, this film is incredibly well cast. Everyone does a stellar job with the characters they were given. But there's also this meta-textual element, because except for Linda Cardellini, they're all horror genre actors. That's where they got their start. So there's this element of like, of course they're going to play the mystery gang. They already know how to scream well. You know what I mean? They're already like in this sort of zone. Whereas like Linda was mostly just known as a comedic actor before this for like Freaks and Geeks and whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also want to bring up something when
in a very charged episode of The Twilight Zone.
Ooh.
Oh.
I will have to look at that up. I just want to talk a little bit about the acting here for a second while I'm kind of thinking about it.
Sure.
I think Fred and Daphne, Fred and Sarah, that is fun. That his name is Freddie, and this thing. They're doing like a really good job of like bringing themselves to this, and like Fred and Velma kind of have like normal voices more or less in the cartoon. But I do love that Matthew and Linda are just swinging for the fucking fences, and it works so well. And it also made me realize that I think Velma sounds a lot like David Lynch. They have that same, and then I went to this thing, and I'll tell you what happened. Like this weird sort of stilted nasal quality to it. I don't know. It just like struck me.
It.
Yeah. Where,
so interesting.
Yes. And then the amulet turned out to be a ghost. It's all within that sort of. Anyway.
Okay. That's so interesting. Also, in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, their group of, collection of friends that are fighting all the demons and vampires and such, they call themselves the Scoobies.
You're telling me that Joss Whedon wrote something that was like meta and self-referential? Surely not. No, not at all.
Anyway.
But yeah,
just jossing around, if you will.
Oh boy.
Like joshing around?
Yeah. Linda Cardellini in this film, huge for me personally.
Oh yeah, for
Template setting, unfortunately. Watching it, I was like, oh fuck, right. Shit.
Yeah.
And then her in Scooby Doo too.
She's so good in Mad Men as well. She's always good. She's never missed.
She's always good. Yeah.
She's always good.
Also fun bit of kismet, Freddie Prinze Jr. in Star Wars Rebels, another animated Star Wars. He plays Kanan Jarrus, who's like a very serious character, and he just uses his own voice. So hearing him as Fred using his own voice was like really difficult. Put me through
and Fred, also a writer of something that a writer in the universe of something we've covered on this podcast. He was one of the WWE writers for a few years.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Wow.
Also, there's a wrestling match in this film. Tyler, were you happy with that?
I had a bit of issues with with some of the pacing of the match, but like I appreciated, a nod to wrestling for sure.
I also want to say, when we're talking about, we'll get to the plot of Scooby Doo 2002 in a second here.
Truly.
It has been 12 minutes of recording. We'll see. But also the guy that plays Scooby Doo in this only plays Scooby Doo in these movies and all the associated properties like the video games and stuff. And he's an Australian stuntman. So what I believe, because this whole thing was shot in Queensland, Australia, which is crazy to think about. Incredible. Which is why Isla Fisher is there, struggling so hard with that accent. God bless. Which is crazy because she could have just been Australian. It does nothing really to. Anyhow, what I assume has to happen is that like the stunty, I believe he was like just whose name I should look up. He just like was playing Scooby Doo on set, and they're like, I guess he's just doing the voice now. Is what I believe happened. That also happened with Anthony Daniels in Star Wars.
Neil Fanning is Scooby Doo, yes. All right, shall we get into it?
Yes. This does a really cool, like, James Bond, Indiana Jones style opening where there's, like, an adventure that we're put at the end of that then spurs the rest of the plot of the film, which I think is sick as hell. It's also noted it's written by James Gunn, not directed, but written by James Gunn, who is now in charge of all of Detective Comics stuff for films, among other things.
Yes. Daphne has been taken by a ghost, and the gang is working on saving her. And, of course, they do. Then, of course, after Pam Anderson walks in
Playing herself.
for some reason, playing herself.
Well, it's her factory.
It's her factory, of course. You're right. What was I thinking?
That's a plot point.
You're right. So they unmask the ghost. There's a whole like camera crew and like reporters there and everything. The ghost was actually Old Man Smithers.
Old Man Smithers. That's all.
Who was a janitor who tried to date Pam Anderson, and she rejected him, so he just became
a janitor / lover of George Clooney proportion.
Thank you. Really good joke. George Clooney is such a lovely, again, played by a wonderful Aussie actor whose name I can't remember at the moment, but he's so distinct.
So as they're being interviewed, Fred is getting credit. He's taking credit for Velma's plan. Everyone's on Fred.
Fred, if you will.
Exactly. So we're getting the sense that, because they're directly saying it, Fred is always getting all the credit. Velma does like a lot of the planning and never gets any credit. Daphne feels like she's always being the damsel in distress, and she's sick of it. She's the bait, yes. And Scooby and Shaggy are just having a great time.
Yeah.
After this all unfolds, Velma quits the gang. Daphne was like, no, you can't do that. I was going to quit. And then Fred is like, you know what? I want to quit too, because everybody else is doing it. The gang is fracturing. Shaggy and Scooby are still in. Shaggy describes, he's like, hey, listen, guys, we work together like the most wonderful banana split, and then explains the most disgusting banana split I've ever heard of in my life.
With sweet and sour sauce on a banana.
You have not tried it.
Well, you know what? You're right. I haven't tried it.
Also, I'm now realizing in this moment, I think I've heard of more gross banana splits than you. Because that's not even top 5 for me.
Oh, no.
I know. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But
okay.
But yeah, and Scooby asked like a really heartbreaking, like, to Shaggy, like, do we quit? And Shaggy's like, no, we don't quit.
Friends don't quit.
And then a time jump.
I also, while we're in this like narrative pause. Did you guys watch Scooby Doo, the cartoon, at all growing up?
Yeah.
Like, yes and no. Like, with streaming, I am confused on which Scooby Doo I've watched. Like, I know, like, there's like Scooby Doo, like the seasons that like have like Sandy Duncan and like the Harlem Globetrotters and like that whole bit and Bob. But then like there's like, you know, the 49er or, you know, like those like old episodes. So like I don't know which ones that I've seen now to refer to in this, like, as a series. Sure. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
If I had to hazard a guess, from what I remember, there's Scooby Doo, which is the original Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Then there's What's New Scooby Doo, which is when they rebooted it in the 90s, which is like how they had like Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, like that sort of like, okay, here we're going to do it again, but
gosh, like I do know a pup named Scooby Doo.
And then that's the third one that was congruent with What's New Scooby Doo. And they were all trying to like...
Well, there was also Scooby Doo and Scrappy, the series.
Yes. I think that was between the original Hanna-Barbera and What's New Scooby Doo. But I don't know for sure. But...
Gotcha.
But
you watched some Scooby Doo growing up.
Love Scooby growing up.
Same. Melissa?
Yeah, I've watched, I believe, the original and the 90s reboot, or like parts of it. I'm not like a Scooby-Doo completionist, but yes.
I have probably seen, I think they only played like the same 10 episodes growing up on whatever state, like Cartoon Network or whatever. But I have seen so much Scooby-Doo in this way that I didn't realize until I started watching this film earlier today, where I was like, oh, I think I actually love Scooby-Doo in a way that I didn't realize it was like a load-bearing part of personality. Because I
can't remove that one. It's load bearing.
Yeah, unfortunately, ruh-roh. Have you seen there's that transcript of like, unfortunately, the funniest thing anyone's done before they died is like there's a transcript of an emergency broadcast from a crab boat, like a fishing boat, and it just says the last words of the person that was on the boat, just in the style of Scooby Doo, ruh-roh. And I gotta say, great last words. Tough. Obviously, someone's dead. Very sad. Incredible last words to have. Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I watched a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons as well. Like, I love the Flintstones. I love the Jetsons. My parents are like, what is wrong with you? This is just the Honeymooners. This isn't fun for kids. I'm like, I can't tell you. I love it. I love watching this. I love watching Scooby Doo. I watched pop
Snorks?
names.
Snorks?
I didn't get into Snorks, actually.
Jabberjaw?
I don't know her. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to this man. I do not know him. Yeah.
Speed Buggy?
Yes.
Okay.
Penelope Pitstop. Grape Ape.
Wacky Races?
Mm-hmm.
Dick Dastardly?
Yes, of course. Rocky and Bullwinkle, huge for me as well.
Oh, sure.
Particularly the De Niro movie. Like, that was...
Yes.
Because
but I have to, like, my suffer through on that is Piper Perabo. I hate her character and performance so much.
Sure.
Everything else I love.
I'm now realizing that, like, in leading up to that movie coming out, they did, like, a long 2-day marathon of Rocky and Bullwinkle. And I watched every single episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I cannot tell you a single plot of any of them, but I did. And then a very similar thing happened when this movie came out with Scooby Doo. And I would just sit and watch it all the time because I was homeschooled famously. And so I would get done with school at like 11:30 a.m. and go, what's on the tube? And it turns out Scooby Doo for 7 hours because they're like, no one's home watching this. We'll just shove it in. So, yeah.
Scooby Doo and SVU, the only midday staples.
There's a crossover we need. Rum, rum. No, that's Law and Order.
SVU, Law and Order, SVU. They still do the gavel sound.
Oh, they do? Ah.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, I'm just trying
Somebody
to
called Dick Wolf.
But yeah, love Scooby Doo. Had a bunch of Scooby Doo stuff growing up too. I'm realizing, like, I just completely had forgotten, and then I realized, I've seen this movie at least 10 times.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I was like about this movie.
Also, Scooby Doo Zombie Island banger film.
I've only seen that once, I think, but
so good.
But I kept requesting us like check this out from the video rental place, and my family was like, we've seen it 3 times. We can't do this again, Tristan. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we go 2 years later. We have Shaggy and Scooby in the mystery van, and they're eating some gross food, and they
Hateration
are
and
approached.
holleration.
Yeah. You don't like an eggplant burger with chocolate sauce on it?
I can't say that I do.
I'll say this.
I can't say that I do.
As well. They are playing Patch the Duchy on the left-hand side, and there's smoke coming out of the van. And it is this, like, lovely thing that they do.
From the grill.
From the grill, exactly. They constantly are, like, alluding to this. One of the characters' name is Mary Jane, and obviously he goes, that's my favorite name. There's, like, very lovely alluding to it that it's, I still think, a PG film, but, like, that's fun for the parents, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this also was like we can get into that at the end, but like there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about it.
Shaggy and Scooby get out of the van, and they're invited by a man who is standing there, has somehow found their van to solve a mystery.
He seems to be like one of those couriers that get hired to like serve people.
Yeah. Like,
it's like that kind of vibe, like where like he shows up with like a satchel and is like, here you go.
And also, I love this idea of like somehow they found him, as if the van doesn't have the words Mystery Inc. emblazoned in big letters. It's a very distinct van, you must admit.
Well, to Melissa's point, like the van, it's on wheels. Like it could
True.
move locations.
True.
Exactly. Yes.
I always wanted a Mystery Inc. van. Ugh,
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I love a big van.
Yeah, I'm too single for that type of van.
Well, I'm
And of a certain age. Like it just seems creepy at this
the
point.
exact level of single to like be like, hey guys, I can get 5 people in the back of here. You wanna have a good time? Come on. I got some fondue.
Adults, other adults.
No.
Yeah, of course, adults. It never even crossed my mind.
No, I know. I'm just clarifying for our audience
Uh-huh.
that Tristan means adults.
I do.
So,
But no uggos.
Shaggy and Scooby are being served with this proposal to go visit this mystery, the Spooky Island.
Spooky Island.
There is a mystery on Spooky Island. And they're like, we will pay you $10,000. They're like, no, thank you. Other amenities. No, thank you. And then they say, all you can eat. And they're like, we're in. So
Honestly, same.
fair.
Like spooky is in the name. Like you know more or less what you're signing up for or what you are inviting into your life.
Yes.
It's true.
I need all I can eat.
There you go. So we are then at an airport. We see Fred. We see Velma run into Fred. It's very awkward. They haven't seen each other in 2 years. Fred wrote a book. Velma works at NASA.
It's fucking rules. She's so fucking cool.
She's the best.
Honestly.
Then we see Daphne. There she is trying to get all of her purple luggage in. Relatable. And they find out they too have been recruited to go to Spooky Island. We find Shaggy and Scooby. Shaggy is in grandma drag.
Scooby.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to do that a lot. Yeah, Scooby.
Okay.
Scooby is in grandma drag because on this plane, they don't allow dogs. They don't allow big dogs, which is, once we see the plane, the wildest rule.
Yes.
Because they allow everything else.
God.
It's true. I think also calling it grandma drag is very funny. And also, if you are a drag queen who is a listener, please figure out some sort of routine surrounding Scooby's disguise, please. Or a burlesque dancer of some sort, you know?
Yeah.
I will not be doing this. I'm not comfortable enough with my body at the moment to do that personally, but go crazy.
But like, what if
nuts.
you get like a Scooby Doo costume and then put the drag on top of it?
I am afeared that would awaken something in me, Tyler. I am afeared that my life would be forever changed in a way that I could not currently cope with emotionally. But there's a really good gag where they go, "Where's Scooby?" And Matthew delivers this line really well. He goes, "They don't let big dogs on the plane." You know, just to be like, you know, dogs are allowed, but big dogs, no. But then we see CGI Scooby Doo in grandma drag, as Melissa has said. And it goes to Velma, and she goes, "Who's going to believe that, Daphne? Only an idiot. Fred, who's she?" Really great. Just bop, bop, bop jokes. Really solid stuff.
I appreciate Fred routinely being the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of is the worst in a lot of ways.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So I'm glad we're all in on
Which
the joke.
is a shame, because what is his crime other than being a straight cis white male?
You tell him, Tyler.
Right, yeah, there you go.
You stand on
In
that.
this essay.
I will. Okay, so there is a direct flight to Spooky Island.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Mondavarius got that money.
Yeah, but no, one assumes it's in like one of the Virgin Islands. There's a sandals resort on the other side of Spooky Island or something. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
The airline, there's a whole airline for it called Spooky Air.
That's true.
It is
also known as Smog.
Something. What a cast of characters are on this flight. My goodness.
There's a cat.
There is a cat.
Yes.
There's Isla Fisher trying her best American accent, sweating through it. Like, I like her in a lot of stuff, but she does do it, but in a way that, like, similar to, like, when we watch Poirot, and then, like, yes, I am an American, Mr. Poirot, I can't believe what's going on here, you know?
It's so funny how rarely I have problems with actors doing American accents. I don't know why. Like, it just doesn't really clock for me, because everyone has such a different speech pattern that unless it's really egregious, I am kind of just like, all right, it's fine.
What would tip the scale? What would be really egregious?
I don't know. Because I know that you have lots of issues with Benedict Cumberbatch doing an American accent.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound right.
It sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. My main thing with Benedict Cumberbatch doing American accent as Doctor Strange is this. Similar to what I said about Isla Fisher. It detracts nothing to have Mary Jane just be Australian. It actually gains something, because it also makes her, like, more interesting to Shaggy, right? Like, oh, this person from another country, how interesting. Similarly, with Doctor Strange, it would make more sense if he was British. But the character from the comic book is from America, so they just, like, had to go with that. Whereas, like, if Benedict Cumberbatch was talking as himself, I would find that character more interesting, as opposed to trying to forget that it's Benedict Cumberbatch.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, so Shaggy meets Mary Jane, and he has immediate heart eyes, and she wants to sit down in the seat next to his grandma. But
apparently there are no assigned seats. Or
yeah,
is
I know.
she
I was just about to say this.
Sitting there, like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and it's also like this is post 9/11. This is like, where's the security?
Spooky air.
Well, I guess the mystery gang's there.
I guess. So Mary Jane is allergic to dogs, and Shaggy is like, oh, Grandma wants to go visit her friend Velma. So Scooby goes back and sees a cat and starts barking at beautiful white cat. Starts barking like crazy. This whole premise that dogs hate cats is so funny to me, because I've only ever met dogs that want to be friends with cats, and the cats are like, I hate you. Don't come near me.
Yeah.
This is the central conflict. I would also say, just as a little note, Mary Jane and Shaggy both love eating Scooby snacks, even though they're meant for dogs, because they're vegetarian, which I think is very funny and weird. I will say this vis-a-vis Cats versus Dogs. Number one, great childhood film of mine. Incredible picture. I don't know if you recall that one.
I do.
Not good at all, but I have seen like a dog like try to eat a cat, for sure.
Okay.
Because I think the main thing is this: most cats and dogs that interact now are not like wild animals. You know, you probably have met a dog that like wants to be friends with a house cat, whereas like growing up, there were just like kind of random cats and dogs, and sometimes they're like, well, it's either I eat this cat or nothing at all.
On rules.
Yeah. No rules, just right. And back. But in general, I do agree with you, Melissa. The general temperament does to be like, a dog, I'm interested in being your friend. A cat, I don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Fred is an insufferable know-it-all. Why did I write that?
Oh, probably because of the nose thwunking.
Oh, yes.
When he goes after the cat or starts, barking at the cat, he's like, all I have to do is just flick a dog in the nose, and then Scooby punches him in the face.
Which is very fun.
Yeah. As you should.
Then everyone tells Grandma to calm down, which is, as you know, exactly what you tell Grandma when you want her to calm down. Never works.
It does not work. It is not good. There's very few circumstances under which being told to calm down would calm me down. Very few. I have experienced it once, so it's not never, but it's most of the time. It's like you can find other words to say that.
You're making a risky choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Very risky.
I think tone is huge. Because, like, I've definitely said and been said, like, hey, I just need you to calm down here for a second. Like, if you're actually doing that, whereas someone goes, you need to calm down, like, that's no good. My favorite is enough of that. That is what I did with preschoolers, and it does work. You just go enough.
With preschoolers.
Enough. Yes. Yeah, I'm not out here telling people enough. And I'm not saying that to grown-ass adults.
No, it would not work for me.
know.
I'm like, all right. The other one I like to go is, all right. Mm-hmm. One I do love that's from Australia and New Zealand, and it's like there's a lot of different modes for this phrase, but yeah, shuts people down so great.
That's good.
It's multi-use. There's a lot of different uses for it, but like if someone's just getting work and they go, oh yeah, and then you just let it sit.
Right, because then that's de-escalation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would escalate me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess it depends on the circumstances.
We're on the island, and we are
Direct
greeted
flight.
by Emil. Sorry?
Direct flight. We have just flown, like, onto the island. Basically, like, we just dock right there. Like, is there even an airport? Are we just
dock.
getting off? Yeah, are we just, like, getting off the plane? Yeah, okay. Great. Love it.
Dr. Emil Montevarius, or is it just Emil Montevarius?
I don't know, but I just thought of Scrappy Doo being in the Epstein logs, and I'm so sorry.
Oh my god! Can we move on?
That's you and all those Republicans want to move on, but me, I'm planting my flag. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I believe he is not. I do not think he is a doctor. He is played by Rowan Atkinson, like an incredible comedic talent of my childhood.
And somewhat famously not by Tim Curry.
Yes,
But
I actually want
to that.
I want to address that now because it was recently debunked, that rumor that he's like, I hate Scrappy Doo so much, I'm not going to do this movie. And James Gunn was like, no, he just like, you read the script and he had a conflict. He loves Scooby Doo. He's been in a lot of Scooby Doo stuff. He's just like, yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Yeah. I have to go play
really good.
some sort of weird
I wonder
guy.
what he was doing.
Yeah, I gotta go play Dale the Whale on Monk for 3 episodes and then never again.
Or I wonder if he was doing Scary Movie 2 at that point.
Ooh, that's interesting. Is he in Scary? I don't know. Tim Curry is so interesting.
He's in the second one. He's in the last one that the Wayans had control over.
Okay. I think he's so interesting because he was so present in my childhood, and then but having no context of him as like an quote unquote like proper actor, because he's like was in a lot of theater and stuff, but like he's in like Pebble and the Penguin and every Don Bluth movie, like a lot of voice work in a way, and like Muppet Treasure Island, where you're like, this guy should not be. It's not like he shouldn't be in children's entertainment. I guess Home Alone 2 as well, but like he was,
the Wild Thornberrys.
Yeah, he was just like locked in to that. But then you look at his career before that, you're like, he's supposed to be making like adult, like films for adults, like Rocky Horror and Clue and whatever, but they're like Body. Interesting pivot. Melissa, are you trying to figure out what he was doing instead?
Yes, I am. It might have been a Wild Thornberrys movie. Oh, Wild Thornberrys movie. It came out in 2002 as well.
Okay.
He did do a Scooby Doo video game that came out in 2002. Yes, Samurai Jack. In one episode, he was the voice of Worm 1. He did a movie called The Scoundrel's Wife, which is rated 5.9 stars on IMDb.
Their rating system is bogus, and we'll get to that
No, I know.
in a second because of the way this movie is rated.
I know. Anyway,
we'll come to it.
Oh, he's also in Jackie's Back.
He is.
Oh, I wish there was an excuse or like some mystery I could make up to make us watch that, but there's none.
Have you... He is still very active on social media. Obviously, he had a very difficult stroke and hasn't been working as much, but he can still work and does a lot of like conventions and voice work still. But someone was like, Tim Curry, would be rolling in his grave, and he like quote tweeted it, going, "Could you at least? I don't like this, but could you at least wait for me to be dead, please?"
Oh God,
he's really good.
But you know what's dead? The souls of these poor college students that are inhabiting Spooky Island. This is amusement park getaway aimed at college students, not families. So like it's just 20 somethings going to this island. Nobody in their 40s or 50s, like not even really the employees, except for like maybe one or two of them.
Maybe that's why you thought Rowan Atkinson was so young in this, because he just fit right in. He was so spry, and you're like, oh yes, he's a college student. I would say all of the employees that we meet, I would say all are like at least mid-30s or above that I saw. Because there's the bartender. Yes. There's Mr. Bartender, Mr. DJ. There's Mr. Bartender. There's Rowan Atkinson. There's the
MC.
The MC, the very problematic tribal coded Englishman from like Lancashire plays the jazz piano.
Yeah.
And then the voodoo man, which is also its own thing.
Right.
Well, I don't count him as an employee.
Well, why else would he be there? He's just living there?
I feel like he just lived there and refused to leave.
That's a great backstory. Played by the incomparable Miguel A. Nunez Jr., who is in Harlem Nights, Black Dynamite, and famously Joey, the Friends spinoff.
Oh, I was going to say Juana Man, which is one of my comfort films. I will die on that hill. Is it transphobic? I don't know. And apologies. So I laugh so hard at that stupid movie.
So essentially, they are there because Rowan Atkinson is concerned because there is a magic spell that is turning these teens into super strong, super clean cut pod people. There is a tribe and there's this whole like campfire that happens,
which is called Spookapalooza. And my note is Spookapalooza seems, racist, question mark? Because it is like very...
Wow, is that where your mind went?
Yeah, it's very tribal. Sort of... it's very tribal, a lot of brown face happening, a lot of like faux tribal tattoos that are vaguely... It's interesting as well because it like is... I assume Spooky Island is somewhere in like off of the shores of South America, because there's a lot of like Latino culture influence in this as well, where it feels vaguely like Mayan influenced or whatever. But it all seems, again, the guy that they have playing the lead like native person is from like Lancashire, England. It's like not great.
And it's funny because, like, I've seen this movie, like, several times since it came out. Like, I saw this in theaters. I never once read that man as anything but white. Like...
not because it'd be insane to go, yes.
Oh, like, hearing you say that, I'm just like, do people think anything different about this?
I think they were trying. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, he does have
and
his
that's
very...
wild to me. But, like, that's okay. Thank you for that, though. Because it's good, interesting to know.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a thick British accent, so it's, like, not, like... He's not, like, putting on... Like, he's not Hank Azaria, right? He's not putting on airs. But it's still a little rude, I feel.
The theory that we're presented with in this is that this curse may have started after... the native people of the island were disturbed, like displaced. A curse upon you for...
Like Miguel A. Nunez and his family. And he decided to stay.
There it is.
There it is.
We get a scene where a demon lures Scooby into the woods with some hamburgers.
Oh, sorry, one of my favorite bits.
Yes, please. Mine as well. Tyler, speak on that, please.
So... A call comes to the bar of the hotel, and the bartender answers it and asks the room, "Is there a Mr. Doo?" To which this gentleman stands up and goes, Melvin do? But they call this for Scooby.
It's really good. It's just so simple. I have in my notes Melvin do all caps. Oh, it's so good.
Oh goodness.
But it's the call for Scooby, and there is a sack of free hamburgers in the darkest part of the forest.
Which, one of my favorite things about Scooby Doo is he's not very smart. You know, he's kind of got that big Chewbacca energy where it's like, why are you doing this? All right, you're a big dog. You know?
Yeah. He's a very big dog.
Big dog. Not allowed on a plane. Famously, big dog will fall.
Exactly.
That's why Chewbacca has to pilot the Falcon, because he's not allowed in coach.
Incredible.
Look, I'm sorry, we just don't let big dogs in here.
Gotta keep them separate. No, I think dogs should be allowed everywhere, but that's
I think dogs should vote.
I think dogs should vote. So we have a scene with Daphne goes in and meets a man who is talking about doing some voodoo magic.
Yes.
And she's very suspicious of that.
Because the chicken is very dead, so he's not very good, presumably at whatever conjuring he's attempting to do.
My God. It's so great because he's like, I'm going to sacrifice this chicken. And it's like a chicken with no head that you would get at a grocery store.
It's like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. But like, it's not cooked. Like, you need to put it in the oven.
Yeah.
But
But you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Like, are you gonna not protect yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a dead chicken is better than no chicken at all.
I've heard that.
For the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he does give her a lead about a spooky castle.
Mm-hmm. He says, don't go in there.
Yeah, and she's like, great, I'm going to immediately go in there.
He also says, also purple is a fall color, and yet you are here. It is mid-May. Yeah, which I think is very funny. Just to dunk on her for no reason.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You can wear purple anytime you want.
That's true.
Daphne meets Shaggy and Scooby, and she's like, all right, we're going to go into this castle. And they're reluctant, but she lures them with some Scooby snacks, and so they all venture into this spooky castle. They meet Fred and Velma separately, who were also investigating.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do want to point out that Velma was there first.
Yes.
Of course.
Scooby, Shaggy, and Velma and Daphne go in. Fred follows because he found interesting or suspicious footprints, which were probably Scooby and Shaggy and Daphne's. Could he dumb?
Yeah.
Then this figure creeps up on Daphne, and it's actually Velma just messing with her.
Yes, exactly. Also, there's a lot of different rides or attractions at this spooky island park that are spin-offs of Disney park attraction names.
Yes, I was going to ask you. Splatterhorn is mentioned. What are the other ones they're referencing?
They did a Small World spoof as well.
Right.
I forgot what the spoof was, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did note that. And so we are kind of like in this mountain. It's a castle kind of deal, but it feels also kind of like a mountain thing. And they've got like a roller coaster kind of with all like sorts of different scenes happening in there. But like the ride has been shuttered, so there shouldn't be anyone in there. At one point, Fred is talking to Velma. She's like, oh, you just like blonde bimbo types. And he says, I'm a man of substance. Dorky chicks like you turn me on too.
It's meant to be a compliment.
We stand a self-aware king, you know.
Yeah. They trigger all these rides that are actually also traps. You know, obviously they think.
Well, sorry. Point of order. They don't.
Yeah.
It is an unnamed
hench person.
Yes.
It's some sort of conglomerate that like begins to start up all the rides again after espying our mystery gang. And of course, they're all facing the things that are most difficult for them. Fred and Velma are. Fred has to trust that Velma knows what she's talking about. Shaggy and Scooby have to eat, but it's plastic. And there's an exchange where he goes, "I just eat it anyway. I've seen you drunk out of the toilet bowl." And then Scooby says, "You do too," which is like, okay. And then Daphne has to like believe in herself and not be a damsel in distress, and they all fail at their perspective issues. But it all leads them to a brainwashing simulation where there is like an industrial, what we call in the biz as an industrial, teaching people how to behave normally.
Yeah, it's like
written by me.
Yep. Be Normal by Tyler Riley.
Yeah, it's like a training video on how to be human for non-humans.
Hey, my man, what it look like?
Yes.
As the youth say.
Yes.
Very that. But also it leads to a fart and burp contest between Shaggy and Scooby. And let me tell you, as a young person, I have watched this scene so many times. I thought it was so funny. I'm famously the youngest of my family. Only one laughing. First time we saw
I think
this.
it still holds up.
I think so too. It got me. It really did.
So this type of humor almost never works for me.
100%.
I get that it does for other people, but I just kind of sit there through it and go, this will be over soon.
I will say this.
This is like I can't do any grosser potty humor than this is my. But I enjoy a good fart.
I love a good fart. I watched Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist for the first time last month, and there's a moment where someone she throws up, has gum in her mouth, throws up into a toilet, and then brings the gum and puts it back in her mouth. And I'm like, that is a hard no from me. But farting is fine. So I'm with you, Tyler. Like, this is the max. But what I will say is, obviously, Daphne walks in on them doing this childish thing. Just a boy and his dog. We love to see it. It's a boy and his dog. And she goes, "Excuse me." And Shaggy is performing this massive toot. And when he realizes that Daphne's there, it does go up at the end, which I think is really funny. Where it's like,
yeah, like he's trying to end it.
Yeah, and he's also surprised.
Yes. Good. That was the best part of it. But yeah, it's not that it even like grosses me out so much. It's just a little bit like it just does not move the needle for me at all. Like, I feel kind of neutral about it. Like,
okay.
This just isn't funny to me. But that's fine. I get it. I get why it's funny. Though that was innovative. The little squeak at the end.
Yep.
We're here to solve the mystery. That's her quote.
Yes. Daphne has just found like an Indiana Jones like contraption, and she nearly gets trapped, but she gets away, and she has like a relic, or an artifact, if you will. Yeah. So she finds Scooby and Shaggy and rounds them up after their farting contest, and an alarm is sounded, and now they have to all escape.
What I do really appreciate about the farting contest is
that
it could easily end with one of them accidentally shitting, right? That's like the natural escalation of it. You know, it's like, I've seen that in other films, and the fact that they do go, no, this is not that kind of movie, I do appreciate the self-control.
I thank them for that, at least.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a callback where a fart does get lit on fire, and I did find that funny as well.
Okay. Well, we were just about to get to it, because in order to get out of the castle, they have to hide in this animatronics part of the ride. So Shaggy is in like this suit of armor. Velma, Fred, and Shaggy are dressed in like these period human costumes. Like, it's very old school cartoon, like them hiding from the monster or ghost during a chase. But while he is in the suit of armor, Shaggy does let out a fart that does ignite a flame nearby.
And what I will say is it's in front of Velma, and she does laugh. And that's the one reason I do like that moment is because it is like she does like they all like each other. They're charmed by each other, which I do enjoy.
Yes.
The thing is, I'm probably laughing too much to have ever noticed that she also laughs.
I really respect Daphne and Velma for running around in their platform heels.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
sure.
It's insane. And also like the shortest dress and skirt imaginable.
Yeah,
Truly.
and Velma is wearing a full turtleneck sweater most of the time on a tropical, I assume, island.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone else is in like beach gear.
Mm-hmm.
But we have got to commit to the bit, and Velma will be in that sweater. Damn it.
Or some variation thereof.
Yeah, exactly. Velma is inspecting the relic, and Daphne is going to do some research on cults.
On the net. She says
On
the
the
net.
net.
And I said
She
the
does
net.
say the net.
And then I went, what is that from? And I was like, oh, that's, you idiot, that's from a movie you wrote. That Tyler is in.
Exactly. So Velma goes up to the bar, and there's a kind of cute guy in a Led Zeppelin t-shirt, and he starts trying to chat her up.
It's true.
We then get insight into what went wrong with the gang, and apparently... So we get like the proprietor... Why do I keep wanting to say proprietor and also not being able to say it?
I couldn't tell you.
What is happening today?
Emil Mondavarius.
But it's not even him. It's his
No, just
man.
the bartender. There's the bartender that's like going up to, is like giving them drinks.
It's the same. Okay. Oh, okay. And as the guy who led the show is also doing the jazz piano as well to listen in.
Okay. But yes, the bartender just gives them both a couple drinks. Like at first I think she just isn't used to drinking.
Mm.
But at first I thought she was drugged.
Oh.
Because she's like on this guy's shoulder by the end of the story.
Yes.
But she recounts how the gang broke up, and it was because Scrappy Doo really brought out all of their different and varying insecurities. He was really the catalyst for this. Mm-hmm. And they have a little flashback scene where they're all hanging out in the van, and Scrappy is just being the worst.
It's true.
Truly. And tries to, or imply that he attempted to mark Daphne as his.
Yeah, by pissing on her.
Which is super gross.
It is gross.
It's so gross.
Because a couple of reasons. Because he's like going off on I'm clearly the strongest and smartest person. I should be the leader. And everyone's like, shut up, you know? And then he does piss on Daphne, which sucks. And then Fred calls him out on this, and then Scrappy Doo, a children's character, says, you don't have the scrote to do it yourself, which sucks so hard. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, to the point that I had blocked it out. I'd blocked this scene out from my memory of this film. Point of order, in Gutuna is played by Stephen Grimes, who is the guy that plays the piano. But
also, it is revealed that Scrappy Doo has a glandular issue and is actually not a puppy at all.
Right. Just a very small dog.
Allowed on a plane.
But an adult, not a pup. A monster comes into the bar and terrorizes everyone.
Yes.
And Velma at one point loses her glasses.
Of course.
And he does give her glasses back. The monster.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like, my glasses, I can't see. And he's like, oh, fair. Here you go. And then like kind of tries to consume her. But like she has her glasses at least. It's so great.
She tries to rip off the mask as well because she's still like a little toasty. She's like, okay. Yeah. And then she's like, oh no, this is real. Oh no.
Yeah. They almost lose the relic.
Her soul sucked out.
It's true.
They almost lose the relic, but Daphne does recover it.
It's true.
And then they're playing a song from the Labyrinth?
That I can't speak to. Because Fred, Velma, Daphne all get their souls sucked out during this sequence. And then...
Not Daphne,
sorry. Velma and Fred get their souls sucked out, leaving only the idiots in charge, which is very fun and a good challenge, I think, for the second act of this picture. And they go hide. And are basically... Daphne's like, we gotta just do this. They're always leading us. We should be able to do this ourselves, and we have to save them. And then the next day happens, and everything's back to normal, more or less. Like, it doesn't look like the window's been broken at all, and all this stuff, after everyone was, like, terrorized by these monsters. Who, am I the only one that remembers the honeycomb monsters from the commercials as a kid? Do you know what I'm talking
Like
about
the
at all?
fuzzy thing with like the bug eyes.
Yeah. I always imagine that
Yeah.
these guys look like, like the naked cat version of that guy. Like with the same ears. If you were to shave...
If you got that wet, it turns into or feed it after midnight.
Yes. If you shaved off all the fur off the honeycomb creature, it'd look like one of these guys for sure. But then it looks like everyone's just acting mad normal the next day, despite having been terrorized. And then Fred is speaking in that...
Yes, mad normal, son.
Yeah. Sort of pseudo-ebonics, whatever, slang they're trying to foist on these people. And it turns out everyone's souls got sucked out. And that's the issue. And that's what's been happening to these...
Including Sugar Ray's Mark McGrath.
It's true. All of Sugar Ray is in this film, which incredible. There's a fun sequence
and
when they're
not
trying to
just someday, but the day they filmed, I guess.
There's also a very fun sequence where Scoob and Shaggy are hiding, and Scooby goes, "Rikes," and he goes, "Yeah, like, yikes, man. No, rikes." And then there are what I have to admit is not motorized bicycles. They are in fact ATVs.
Mm.
And yet, Scooby's a dog. He doesn't know any better. And it's a good joke. No. But I'm these are ATVs. That's all I'll say.
So I have found on MuppetCentral.com from July 24th, 2002, someone did comment, "Wanted to let you all know that I saw Scooby Doo a couple of weeks ago. Funny movie. Anyway, at one point, Scooby and the gang are being chased by these voodoo demons. A rap song plays in the background, and much to my joy and amazement, I heard the rapper saying, 'You remind me of the babe.' What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Voodoo? You do. Do what? Remind me of the babe." So they're referencing from Magic Dance and Labyrinth.
Which is itself a reference to an older film. What is it? Starring Cary Grant.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you for indulging me in that moment.
What website was that again?
That is MuppetCentral.com.
So fun. You love an internet forum, don't you, folks?
Yes, absolutely.
The Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer is the Cary Grant film, by the way.
So they're on the ATVs at this point? Yep. Is that where we left off?
Yep.
Great. Yeah, Daphne is captured. So it's Scooby and Shaggy are on these ATVs, and Isla Fisher Mary Jane hops onto Shaggy's, and she gets hit by a branch, and momentarily her eyes glow green. And Scooby's like...
Also,
oh, no.
Her face gets messed up in the similar way where Velma is mushing the creatures away. It morphs into the monster, and then she shakes it back in as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yes, unfortunately, Shaggy does not know, but Scooby is aware that she has been compromised.
And they get into an argument outside of this theater, for lack of a better
phrase. Kind of a ruin, like a stone structure,
an amphitheater.
Amphitheater. That's where they had the earlier in the film they had people gathered there before and did this fire show thing with projectors. Yeah. Anyhow,
Spookapalooza.
They get into it. One of them knocks into a lever or something. Because there's somebody falls, but I don't remember how that happens.
Yeah, it's kind of like a well or something. But Scooby falls into this pit or well or whatever, and Shaggy has to go after him because it's his best friend.
Much to Mary Jane tries Mary J's dismay, because she tries to convince him to not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Because she has been possessed. So while down in there, Shaggy finds everyone, there's this pool of water. Everybody's little bubble of consciousness is floating around in there. He's trying to retrieve his friends' respective consciousnesses. And
only his friends.
It's very funny.
Only his friend.
It's very good.
Yeah. He picks up somebody else's and he's like, oh no, sorry. Gotta put you back.
But then, yeah, he does find Fred, Velma, and Daphne's.
And releases them
yes.
to
in their
return
respective.
Releases them to return to their bodies, exactly. And
But through the chaos, Daphne's soul ends up in Fred's body. Fred's soul ends up in Daphne's body.
that's right.
And then
also
Velma finds
intercut.
herself?
Yeah, Velma's herself initially, I think.
Yes.
And then intercut with this is Rowan Atkinson pitching the idea to Scooby Doo that he needs his help with something to be a sacrifice, which, you know, Scooby Doo doesn't know what that means. But there's two really great moments. And when Scooby Doo is being brought into this lair of Rowan Atkinson, he goes, Scoobert, which is so good and so funny, and also does make sense that he would know his full name given information later on. And then also, at one point, he goes, I need you to be a sacrifice. And Scooby-Doo bats at something on the desk and goes, what's that? He goes, it's a cat with a bobbing head, but that's not important right now. Which is like such a like airplane fucking Naked Gun ass joke, which I'm like, love it.
Yes. We also, down in the pit, I believe, at some point, someone in the gang fights a monster, and
Velma.
This monster, Velma, fights a monster, and this monster is exposed to sunlight.
Yes.
And disintegrates.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, aha!
After developing horrifying acne.
Yes. Breaks out and boils and pops. And yeah, that's when her consciousness gets returned to her body. It happens to be when it's outside. And then when Daphne's consciousness gets to her body, a similar thing, Velma opens up light and busts that guy wide open. But it turns out that Fred is in in Daphne's body, not her actual self. So,
yes,
who among us has not made that
we
mistake?
We have some fun body switching moments, and Velma figures out that until it finds the right body, it's just going to keep switching and switching. So,
which leads to a really fun bit of it, a couple exchanges with all of them and their different, bodies or whatever. The one thing that really stands out to me is when Shaggy ends up in Daphne. He goes, "What's wrong with your stomach? Don't you ever eat?" Oh yeah, it's really sad and very sweet, and also is like does kind of ground these characters in a weird way. Of like, yeah, of course Daphne probably has like some sort of eating disorder. 100%.
And Fred, when he's in Daphne's body, decides it's like, oh, I can look at myself naked.
Which I think is it's so funny. To Tyler's point earlier, there's nothing that supports this characterization of Fred in the cartoon, really. But they needed to do something with Fred because he's kind of like a blanket character. Like, he's just blank.
Yeah, he's very milquetoast.
Yeah, whereas, like, it does indicate, like, when Shaggy is in both Velma and Daphne's body, he goes, "Oh wow, why am I in a dress?" and starts like kind of looking around at like feeling like how a dress feels, rather than like, "Oh look, let me grab these gazongas or whatever." Yeah. And then he's just such a more empathetic character than Fred, which is really sweet. I don't know, they correctly surmise that like Shaggy and Scooby are like the heart of the team, which is so nice.
Absolutely. The creatures need a pure soul to perform the ritual, and that is why they're after Scooby.
Yes.
Because they're like,
no human.
Good luck finding... Yeah. Exactly. No human, but...
And they learn this from Nunez Jr. as well. They go back to his shack, and a really great moment where Daphne, they go and they see him, and they're like, okay, what should we do? And Daphne goes, I got this. Hey you, what are you doing? It's so good. It's really funny.
Which also this sequence did lead me to question, what is an Anunnaki beast?
I believe the Anunnaki beast is the beast that are trying to take over the island.
Okay.
Yes, because he has like a shrunken head version, like that has been preserved somehow to ward off whatever. I assume.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Thank you.
And then I got up to pour myself a glass of water, and I didn't take a lot of notes for this whole big battle sequence.
okay. This is also the ends of my notes, because the last thing I have is the cat thing.
What I have is that the gang has more or less started to piece together the plot, surmising that Mondavarius and his cult have been harvesting the life essence of visiting college students to feed a dark, powerful, ancient demon using the Daemon Ritus, which is that pyramid-esque thing that Daphne stole from the tunnels earlier in the film. As mentioned before, the demon requires a pure soul to be freed and fully manifest in the physical world, which will allow it to rule on Earth for a period of only 10,000 years.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
But we have a bunch of people, a bunch of these college students that are being inhabited by these demons.
It's true.
And they're about to sacrifice Scooby.
Yeah. And they're doing a fun dance, and Velma and Fred are trying to blend in. Well, they try to break the glass overhead to then shed in sunlight, which is what Daphne's doing, and then ends up in a wrestling match briefly.
Yeah, they try to essentially booby trap the area where they know the final rites of the sacrifice will be performed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Daphne's, up there as Tris mentioned, and then Velma and Fred are posing as college students who are under the cult spell. As is Shaggy. Shaggy breaks off, though, to find Scooby himself and ends up knocking out one of the guards and assuming his costume.
The ritual does proceed forward, even after Shaggy convinces Scooby not to go through with it, because Scooby is also upset because Shaggy didn't listen to him about Mary Jane. And so he's like, Are we even friends? And Shaggy is like, yeah, we're best friends. Come on, man. Okay, on the count of 5, we're going to run away. 1, 2, and then his soul gets sucked out. Scooby's, I should say. Which will bring up a thing I sent into the group chat, which is I went to doesthedogdie.com. An excellent resource if you don't like watching dogs die and you want to know. Because my question was, does Scooby Doo die in this film? And overall, the response is no. But his soul does leave his body briefly and then come back. So, what is that if not death, is my question. Discuss.
Fair enough.
Discuss.
Well, it's not permanent death, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But doesthedogdie.com is a great... This is my second conversation today about that website. Yeah, true.
Third if you count the group chat.
Yeah. And it also has other triggers in it.
Oh, yes,
so, if, I don't know, a lot of bugs bother you, there's also that as a trigger, and it's just a really helpful resource.
If I would love to suggest, when you're like, it's not permanent death, I think doing a does the Gandalf die.com would be kind of fun.
I mean, yes, technically, but
exactly so. But he does come back almost immediately.
Why don't you enter that in the forum?
He's Aragorn and done it again. Gimli a break. I promise that's the last one of those.
Don't stop me now.
What a Sam Wise ass. And so on. And so on.
And so on. Into all eternity. Yes.
So Soul gets sucked out and gets zapped into... What is the Barnaby? What is Rowan Jackson's character named? Garth Marenghi? Whatever.
Oh, sorry. We skipped one of my other favorite bits.
Okay,
sorry.
Sure.
Oh, yes, please.
Before his soul gets sucked out, Mondavarius gives his villain monologue to his zombie cult and proceeds to talk about his sacrifice, Scooby Doo. To which Scooby goes, "Don't you mean Melvin Doo?"
And it pans over to the same actor now in Zombified for it. It's such a solid callback. Good. It's so fucking funny. Ruh-roh.
That is not continue. So Scooby has his soul sucked out of his body now, and Rowan Atkinson has the Daemonitis affixed to his chest. He says he is now about to absorb the energy source, which is Scooby Doo. Daphne finishes her wrestling match up on the roof, which ends with her knocking the former henchman, who is a former pro wrestler, down through this ventilation system, bringing in the sunlight. He knocks over the bowl with everyone's souls and protoplasm.
Yes. And what I must say is when that Daphne fight with the wrestler starts, it is the most Buffy-coded intro theme music to the Scooby Doo theme song. It's like, are they playing the Buffy theme? Not quite. Okay, it's actually the Scooby Doo theme. Incredible work. But she basically turns into Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And I also realized that I am a bit mistaken. So when he is about to absorb the energy source, he has Scooby's soul like on this crane that has his soul attached to it. Shaggy jumps onto the arm and then knocks Mondavarius over. Then his speech goes on like repeat and like, goes funky, and they're like, what's going on? And then they start to unmask him. They remove the face mask and reveal like robotic eyes and a mouth and like all of these wires. And everyone is hella confused.
It scrolls down, and in his stomach, like fucking Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there is Scrappy Doo inside this robot suit.
Crane thing is like foreshadowed as well, because Shaggy wins an animal for Mary Jane at the carnival. And so it's like a nice bit of that. But yeah, it's Scrappy Doo.
It's Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo.
This little asshole.
Yeah, you show him. He does suck. And he sucks in the cartoon as well, but in a different way.
Right, yeah. He's not nearly so nefarious
no.
in the cartoon.
Do you think Scrappy Doo would have bought... He'd be on Joe Rogan, right? He'd be in the crypto scene. He'd be like trying to hawk crypto and NFTs, Scrappy NFTs.
For sure. Yes, he would definitely name them after himself.
Honestly, we don't know where Scrappy was on January 6th. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes you're like, you float out an idea of like a premise of a joke, and then someone else just like grabs it and runs it to the end zone. Thank God, Tyler. That was excellent.
So Scrappy turns huge.
He does. He gets
he gets real big, and he has Scooby in his clutches.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, the whole gang defeats the demons, and the spiked disco ball.
The plans that they have made.
Exactly. And spiked disco ball
that was
comes...
where I was before, where it was... I had gotten the sequence out of order, so that's my apologies.
That's all right.
This is when Daphne knocks the wrestler. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. So the spiked disco ball sweeps in and reflects the sun onto all of those monsters, and they disintegrate and die.
Monster mash, more like monster mush, am I right?
Ew.
Yeah. More like monster ash, because
there it is.
Oh.
Again, running to the end zone. Just like the Seattle Seahawks last year, the thing I didn't know.
There you go. So all these 20-somethings are freed. Fred and Daphne kiss, and then she pushes him away. It's so strange.
It is.
Velma also clearly has like a thing for Fred, despite him being the worst. But then Led Zeppelin guy comes up, and she almost kisses him, but then doesn't.
It punches him in the shoulder in a way that is like, unfortunately, again, template setting for me, where I'm like, that like someone kind of doing that, I'm just like, that is unfortunately really hot for whatever reason to me.
Yeah. But then they didn't kiss after that.
They
so
didn't.
Sad.
But, you know, I don't know. I haven't watched the other live action one, but I think one of the reasons they're doing that is because it's always been, you know, asserted that Velma is a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to not make it definitive that she's into this guy. I think might be part of it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
We'll get into it.
And then the real Rowan Atkinson, Mondavarius guy, is... I never once called him by his name in the notes that I took. He's grateful to the gang.
And
this is when I finally realized that Mary Jane was played by Isla Fisher.
Excellent. When Rowan... That's the whole movie, Melissa. That's crazy. I saw her name in the credits and I was like, who does she play? And then I went to IMDb immediately because I'm like, who is this lady? I love that Rowan Atkinson, when he comes out of this tunnel, like he's got all this long hair, beard, and he's like, let me out, and Shaggy does. And then the whole time, Shaggy does this thing where Matthew Lillard makes the choice that he's holding his breath because this guy stinks so bad from being in that tunnel. And it's so funny.
Then, like in the beginning, they are being interviewed by some press, and Fred starts to speak, but then says, hey, you know what? I think Velma should take this one. And
becomes the real hero of the film.
It's true.
There you go. But everyone gets what they want. You know, Daphne kicks some ass. Velma gets the credit that she deserves. Shaggy and Scooby are happy that everyone's back together.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Mystery Inc. triumphs once again.
Yeah.
And then right before the credits, we get Shaggy and Scooby getting their all-you-can-eat food. Shaggy convinces Scooby to eat hot peppers, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie.
And that is the end of the movie. You're right.
So, James Gunn revealed in a 2017 Facebook post that Scooby Doo was originally intended to be for an adult audience. I had written an edgier film geared towards older kids and adults, and the studio ending pushed it into a clean-cut children's film. Yes, the rumors are true. The first cut was R-rated by MPAA.
Oh my
He went on to clarify that the movie was intended to be PG-13, but a line that was read by the MPAA as a reference to oral sex got it bumped briefly into an R rating before the studio toned it completely down.
It's not like there was full frontal in Scooby-Doo. I imagine...
but they were going to play up more of the two queer-coded characters of Velma and Fred.
Yes.
Fred was going to be a homosexual.
Which...
See, it redeems him somehow.
I can't unwrap that. I can't engage with that, Melissa.
I just said a thing.
I know.
I was like,
I know.
No,
but no, I mean, that also does allude to the fact that, like, you know, there's that moment during the flashback where, you know, Velma's like, and he had such good fashion sense or whatever. And I'm like, I can imagine there was a lot of, like, that sort of stuff. That absolutely tracks, and it kind of would, I would imagine it would be similar to like either Addams Family Values or the Brady Bunch movie. I'm sure is kind of where he was trying to slide in that. Which do feel tonally similar to this, but that is interesting. And on the one hand, I'd love to see that, but on the other hand, I'm glad that we got what we got because I got to see it as a kid. You know,
fair. Oh man, what a movie! Ratings. Let's do ratings.
Is this a 10?
10. This is out of 10.
Out of 10.
Wait, this is not a 10.
No, this is a 10.
Yes, it is.
This is okay.
Out of 10. I hope we do this every single episode.
What's crazy, Tyler, I just need you to write it down. Like, that's the thing. Melissa and I got it. I don't want to put you too hard on Black.
It's just not what brings the viewers or listeners back every episode.
Is Tyler going to remember his name and the rating system? The true mystery. Oh, good. I think I give this a 9 out of 10. I love this movie. I think it's perfectly like 80 minutes. It gets in, it gets out, it does exactly what it needs to. I think they're all so funny. It made me laugh out loud several times. Admittedly, I haven't seen it in a long time. But I think they understand the characters and they adapted it well for a modern sensibility and a modern audience. And also, something I want to shout out is like the creatures, despite being like 2002 CGI, are like believable for that world. Like this is, you know, I had the only thing I would improve is I would have done stop motion for the bigger creatures, but then I thought, well, then you wouldn't want stop motion Scooby Doo because that'd be crazy. So it kind of has to all mesh. But when Scrappy Doo turns into the monster at the end, I would have loved for it to go into stop motion, kind of like denote this weird sort of homunculi. That would have been like really upsetting to see. But yeah, I think it's funny. I love the music, both the needle drops and also the score. I was like, this score is really good. It sounds kind of like Randy Newman, but not actually. And then of course it's David Newman, his cousin. So the Newmans are like a force in Hollywood soundtracks.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. I think Rowan Atkinson is so funny in this movie. In general, I love him, but like there's a few moments where you can tell Rowan like added a little zhuzh where I'm like, good, really solid. And I'd like to shout out Matthew Lillard's acting with the CGI Scooby Doo. At no point do I not think he's not talking to someone. I think he does a really fucking great job at that. And that's one of the hardest things an actor can do is like interact with nothing. Though it does remind me of a great interview by Christopher Lee where they're like, is it difficult, you know, acting along something, you know, where you're not getting anything back because nothing's there, you know, you're not getting anything back. And he goes, well, I often have that experience with many of my colleagues. So really, one just gets on with it. And I'm like, excellent. But yeah, overall,
incredible.
9 out of 10. Would watch it again happily today.
So for the score, you thought it was Randy, but it was a Newman?
Oh, boy. I don't even know what that means. Tyler, what does that mean?
Because it was a new man. Like, it was somebody you weren't thinking of before. But his name was also Newman.
I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 sandwiches, I think. Is the rating system
we're doing
bringing. Or Scooby Snacks.
We're not doing mustache. Okay, sure.
Please, your guys' thoughts.
Tyler, go ahead.
Oh, boy.
I give this like 7.5 unmasked janitors. That'll be my system.
That's great. I want to briefly change the conversion rate from sandwiches to unmasked janitors, and now it is a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, exchange, you know, couldn't be
exchange rate. Yeah.
Much for your aforementioned reasons, the only reason it doesn't score higher is because, I feel like I know it's geared towards kids, but I feel like we really like blast through some like pretty important information for like the mystery to work.
Sure.
But that's the only negative to me about it. It's just like some of the pacing could have been slowed down a touch. Like it didn't need to be 2 hours, but like I think we could have spared 7 more minutes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it about a 7 out of 10. But like, love it. Like, truly wonderful. It's just not like, you know, The Princess Bride.
Putting in that context, it should probably be lower for me. Because if that's like, you know, you're trying to not top out, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess it is
right,
too, but like...
But yes, no, it's an absolute delight. I actually cannot remember if I've seen this before.
Really?
I thought I had, but then watching this, I'm like, surely I would have remembered seeing this movie.
Yeah, I would remember Velma and how the things she makes me feel.
Yes, exactly. And also, like, Sarah Michelle Gellar is also perfect. She really does a great job. Yeah, the casting was so well done. Even Freddie Prinze Jr. does good work. Like he knows who he is in this movie, and he nails it. And just Matthew Lillard is perfect. Matthew Lillard is so good. Makes me like I love him in Scream too. Scream as well. Just what a joy to watch. Like really, really excellent comedic work.
Yeah. I do want to make sure, yeah, I shout out to Sarah and Fred as well. They are really well cast. They're just not, the reason I didn't bring them up earlier was also like, they're just not doing like the voice, you know? They're not
Sure, yeah.
leaning into that
Yeah.
more broad kind of humor or acting style, but they are really good. They really understand what's going on.
Yeah.
We should probably do the second one, which I hear is not as good. I've only seen it once, but I don't remember
Okay.
anything about it. But it does have that iconic
I
scene
do
where...
remember it. I watched
where-
it again pretty recently.
Do you not want to watch it again? Okay, we won't watch it for this next. Okay,
Give me a little bit of a break.
okay.
We'll save it. We'll save it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But I want to say this is rated on IMDb like 5.7 out of 10, which is crazy to me personally. Like it should be higher. It should be higher.
Yeah.
It's actually, yeah,
That's
it's
what, I
a
don't
real
take any
fun
of his
movie.
ratings. Like I don't take Letterboxd or IMDb ratings seriously.
No.
Letterboxd, I don't take the ratings seriously, but I do like the reviews. Speaking of Letterboxd, they're trying to, venture capitalists are trying to buy them out, and they're trying not to. So you should go become a HQ member. So this yet another New Zealand company will not be bought out by an American conglomerate. But is there anything else we want to talk about Scooby Doo 2002? Who do you think you're most like? I think that's also a fun question. With whom do you relate the most out of the mystery gang?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This
Probably
is
Fred.
in what way?
Like a mix of Fred and Shaggy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where like, yeah,
Shaggy
like,
rising.
I'll smoke and I enjoy food, but like I feel like I am a bit more like, all right, y'all, get it together, even if I don't know what I'm doing.
Fair. Okay, that makes sense. I've always kind of self-inserted for Daphne, but I think I'm actually more of a combination of Daphne and Velma. Because I really, especially as a kid, was very studious and like always, making sure I knew what was going on and was getting all the good grades. But I also, I like my aesthetic as well.
Sure.
And I do bring too much luggage, and it is purple usually. So.
And that's feminism.
Exactly. I can be a pretty princess, but I'm very smart too.
Yeah.
100%. I think as well, like the barometer I was just giving, like out of the people that are on this call that are most likely to try to work at NASA, I think it is me and Melissa like shoving each other towards like trying to jockey towards the finish line with that. And to that end, right. I think there is like this sort of like depending on. I think about this a lot when it comes to like characters like this, where you have like your sign and then a rising or whatever, the way that, astrology does it. Because like I'm when I'm at my best in terms of like the Office characters, when I'm at my best, I'm a Stanley, but I'm at my worst, I'm a Michael. And I said that to someone, and they're like, "I've never seen you behave like Stanley ever." I'm like, "I have been going through it. I don't know what to tell you." So in this case, I think when I'm at I think the combination of these two are Velma and Scooby Doo. Those are the two characters with whom I identify most. Either like, I know exactly what's going on, or I literally have not a single thought in my mind.
That's pretty spot on, though.
Thank you. Ruh-roh.
I agree, yeah.
Ruby Dooby Doo.
Fun.
Velma's the best.
Velma
is actually the best.
I also love that they do have various characters say, "Scooby Doo, where are you?" Like, it happens 3 times.
Yeah.
Twice.
It's good. It's very good.
Twice from Shaggy, and then once from Scrappy Doo, who probably at my worst I am. When I'm like not feeling well in the head. And I'm like, I can do anything. I'll piss on anyone.
And on that note... What a perfect time to end this episode before we go down that path any further.
Mm-hmm. Like, I call this meeting of the Amateur Detective Clubs to a close.
Gavel sound.
Ruby-dooby-doo!
Jinkies!
Strangers in the night.